be late. Oh, hi, welcome. Hello, thank you for being here today. Happy Sunday. We're going to get started right away, you guys. Welcome, thank you, and thank you for being here. This is On Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. I have two amazing guests on my show today, and I'm going to get started right away because I am running a little late thanks to my admin. Hooray. I have Chris Casper and Jazzy Got Options as my guests today, so I'm super excited for that. Before we get started, I'm going to go over a few rules. You guys know we do this every single week, but we're going to go over a few rules. First and foremost, this is a featured show as well as a show that a stream that is being recorded. So there's absolutely no trolling in the show. If you would like to troll, you have to be excused and go somewhere else expeditiously. We do not condone trolling in this stream. Secondly, there's absolutely no cursing from me and my beautiful guests. So make sure we keep it cutesy. Good afternoon, happy Sunday. Make sure you keep it very cutesy in the comments, as well as here when you're in the box. Third and foremost, self-care and Own Your Glow is for everybody. As you see, I have two different types of genders as my guests today. So if you would like to be a guest on Own Your Glow, make sure that you send me a message, send my admins, Jazzy Got Options, Dalt, or Emoji J a message to be a guest on the show. I would love to have you. Doesn't matter who you are, as long as you are of age to be on this app, you are of age to be on my show. And I like to make sure I let a quick disclaimer out, okay? This is for me, a tips, tricks, and hacks show, okay? There's absolutely, I am not a doctor, nor am I a certified nurse or esthetician or dermatologist or anything. So everything that you see here on this is just tips, tricks, and hacks that I and or my guests have used and continue to use as their forms of self-care, okay? So if you do have any type of issues, make sure that you seek any kind of medical professional first before trying to see or do any of the things that you hear on the show, all right? Because I do not want any DMs saying, Tantric, I bought this or I did this and this occurred. No, we're not doing that, okay? So make sure that if there's anything going on with you that you seek professional help first before trying to attempt anything that you see on the show. With that being said, welcome. Thank you for being here on Your Glow. My form of my self-care Sundays, as well as owning my glow, is my skincare routine. I do it every single week. I've been doing it every single week for the last 15 years. I am obsessed with reversing my age and aging as slowly as possible. And so I like to do that by doing my skincare routine. And I've created sort of a regimen, as some may say. So I'm going to go over that really quick before we get to my topic of the day and get to my amazing guests. So as you guys know, I wash my face. I have a clean skin right now, and I wash my face before I start my show. So lately I've been washing because I'm not gonna lie, I had a crazy night last night. I definitely fell asleep with my makeup on, which is definitely a no-no. I try as soon as I get off stream to go straight to the bathroom, wash my face, and make sure I wash my makeup off. But we had one too many shots. So I definitely fell asleep with my makeup on last night. But lately I have been using this new product that is Korean skincare. You already know I'm obsessed with Korean skincare. So I've been using this cleansing oil to remove the makeup and any kind of dirt, shut up, any kind of dirt built up on my skin. And it's by Anua. It's the Anua Heart Leaf Pore Control Cleansing Oil. It literally lifts off the makeup, the dirt on your skin, and it's an oil, right? So it's not like soap or anything like that, because sometimes people don't like using that. But I'm a soap girly. I'm obsessed with cleansers. So I go in after that. I went in after that with the Do Care Hydra Vibes 3 Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser. It has Juja Hydrangea in it. I absolutely love this. This is what I go to on my Sundays regimens, because normally I only use my deep pore cleanser during the week. I don't do a whole regimen on a weekly basis. I usually just wash my face and then use a toner and serums. But on Sundays, I like to do a whole step regimen, right? So we do the cleansing oil, we do the facial cleanser, and then we're gonna go in with my favorite, and it's almost out, I have to get a new one, Aveeno Positively Radiant Brightening Scrub. You guys, this bad boy is so good. It's for it's for everybody, okay? It's for sensitive skin. It says, as you see on the container, it says all skin types. It is soft for if you have sensitive skin, if you have, I know that people, the brand specifically Aveeno, is for people who have like psoriasis or eczema, things like that. It's really, 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 really good, okay? So I love it. I've been using it for the past like couple months now. It's actually added to a lot of the glow that you see right now. So I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna go in with that. How do I remove that, you may ask? I use my handy dandy ultrasonic sound scrubber, okay? This is it's also known as this skin spatula. It is amazing. If you do not use this, you are not truly getting all of that dirt and purge out of your pores. That's probably why you see whiteheads or blackheads, things like that, because this bad boy will go in there and get all of that stuff out. I am obsessed with this tool. If you don't have this tool, you need to, sweetheart, you need to get into it, okay? This is that girl, okay? So after that, I go in with my first mask of the day. My first mask of the day is Azure Rose Gold Hydrating Peel-Off Mask. It is a anti-aging, toning, and rejuvenating with real 24-karat gold and rose hip. I love this mask. It is, okay, so one quick disclaimer about peel-off masks. There are levels to peel-off masks, okay? Some peel-off masks are soft and easy and come right off, and it's great, you know, good vibes. Some take your first layer of dermis off as you're peeling it off, okay? So be very careful when picking peel-off masks, right? I've been doing this for a very long time, so I can do both, right? This is one of the more aggressive peel-off masks, but so when you are trying to pick a good peel-off mask, make sure that you look for ones that, you know, maybe if you're starting off, you wanna go with a more gentler peel-off mask, because when I talk about my peel-off masks, they're definitely more aggressive. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know that, because I did have someone buy one of my peel-off masks and they got slightly upset at how aggressive it was. Then I like to go into my second mask of the day, which is a rice brightening mask by Ooh Ah Soul. It is called Bounce Back. This mask is so good for the summer, honestly. It's not too intensive. It really helps tone the skin with any kind of inflammation, anything like that. It's been really, really good. It's also a brightening mask. So you guys know during the summer, all I'm trying to do is hydrate and brighten. That's it, okay? We don't want to do too much to our skin in the summer. The sun is already beating down on us very aggressively. So make sure it's called an ultrasonic sound scrubber or a face spatula. So you guys can find all of these products and any of the things that I'm using on my stream on my Amazon storefront. Make sure you hit me with a favorite. Go to my Instagram, hit my Instagram with a fave, and then you can find it, my Amazon storefront there. So after that, we'd like to end our skincare routine. It's very, very simple these days because, like I said, you don't want to do too much to your skin during the summer. The sun already does a lot to our skin. So I like to kind of clean off the face of all those products with my St. Ives HAA exfoliating toner. It's an apricot. I love this toner. It's so good. It's really helped with just like toning my skin and like making sure that all of the serums that I use after the toner just kind of lock in. And then of course, you guys already know the holy grail of serums, my snail mucin. Shout out to Korean Skincare. I'm obsessed. So this is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. It's by Corsix. As you can see, I've been using this for months, okay? One product lasts a very long time. It is amazing. If you have not gone into Korean skincare, make sure you do so. I also like to lock in with a little bit of niacinamide. It's, Anua 10 Plus niacinamide with TXA. I love this. It's like an additional brand with the cleansing oil, as well as they have a deep pore cleansing soap too, but I don't use there because I use my Aveeno. My skin is just used to the Aveeno, so I like to lock in there. So that is my skin regimen today, you guys. If you're just now joining, this is Own Your Glow. Yeah, absolutely. If you're just now joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lava. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure that you hit me with a favorite. Make sure you hit the top 3 gifters of my stream with a fave. We have my Meet Me admin, Ariana. We have Shells, and we have Emoji J. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. Let's get right into this topic so I can get my guests in here. You guys, today I really wanted to, I felt like, I thought about this topic a couple days ago, actually, and I felt like I really needed to talk about this today because I've been in a mood. I've been in a mood this past week. It's been a mood, honestly, and I realized that I needed to lock in too. So I decided to talk about this. We're going to talk about words of affirmation. Words of affirmation is a huge form of owning your glow, right? Because owning your glow is not just about what you put on your skin. It's not just about drinking water. It's not just about going to the gym. It's also about what you tell yourself, how you boost yourself eternally, right? So words of affirmation is a huge, huge, huge part of owning your glow. And I was having this conversation with somebody about maybe last week or so, and they didn't really know what words of affirmation were. So I wanted to kind of go over that just so that, you know, we're all kind of informed. Information is important, right? So words of affirmation are expressions of love, respect, and appreciation that use positive verbal and written communication to make you or someone else feel valued and understood. It is so important to pour into your own cup before you pour into others. It's so, so important, okay? A lot of times we feel drained and we feel low energy, and it's not because we're going hard at the gym or because we had a long day. It's because we are like emotionally and energetically drained, right? And nobody has been able to pour into our cup. And maybe you feel like you've just been pouring into other people's cups like a lot lately. Oh my gosh, new top batch, get into it. And so it's really, really important to make sure that you focus on like yourself first before you focus on others. This is one of Dr. Gary Chapman's 5 love languages, where individuals feel most love through compliments, encouragement, gratitude, and other positive phrases. For people whose primary love language is words of affirmation, these expressions of support and validation are crucial for strengthening emotional connections and creating a sense of deep appreciation. Here are some examples of words of affirmation to use with yourself as well as others. Compliments. You look amazing today. You have such a beautiful smile. You are so talented. Appreciation. I appreciate everything you do. Thank you for being there for me, or you make my life feel better. Encouragement. I believe in you. You can do it. Your determination is inspiring. Affirmations of love. I love you. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm always here for you. Acknowledgements of effort and quality. You handle that situation really, really well. I love how you considerate you are. You are doing absolutely amazing. You guys, I learned about words of affirmation probably about, I want to say 10 years ago, but started to really truly use affirmations in my life, like aggressively, maybe like 5 years ago. And when I tell you that it's changed my life, and the reason why, and I'm going to share a quick personal story. I was in a car accident about 4 years ago. And a lot of times, the type of car accident I was in, a lot of times people will die. But I didn't. I recovered. It was very, 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 very hard journey. And I had to tap into strength that I did not know I had. Part of that strength and part of what I realized after going through that was that you have to be present in your life, right? A lot of times we are living for tomorrow. And unfortunately, when you do stuff like that, it doesn't allow you to take time to smell the roses. And I never really understood what that meant until my car accident. And so, but what I realized is when you are present and you are focused on today and focused on now and focused on yourself, it allows you to appreciate every little thing that happens in your life, right? In order to notice those things, you have to start with it from a place of gratitude, right? So when I wake up in the morning, and this was actually something that one of my guests, I've been doing the show for about 2 years. I'm so blessed to have this show. Seriously, it's really helped me in my life. And I hope it helps my guests as well as the people who come and watch the show every single week. But one of my guests has told me that you know, to not touch my phone in the first 10 to 15 minutes of waking up. And in those 10 to 15 minutes to say different types of affirmations that allow me to be present as well as grateful for just being able to experience another day, right? One of my favorite places to actually do words of affirmation, because I am obsessed with water, is the shower. I'm able to kind of zone in and zone out all of the noise and say my words of affirmation in the shower of just how happy and grateful I am to be here today. If you guys have been in my streaming career about maybe 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, I used to actually do like a morning meditation stream where we would do words of affirmation. And I know a lot of people who did come to those streams really enjoyed it, because honestly, like, it really helps tone your energy, set your day with a positivity, and it changes my day. The days that I don't do words of affirmation and the days that I do, I truly see a difference. So I love that. Yeah, people have told me that I used to do it at the ocean, but I don't live by the ocean anymore, which sucks. People tell me they do it when they go to the park. They tell me when they do it when they go on a jog. They're doing it while they're working out. There's so many different times when you can just zone into yourself and say words of affirmation. I think setting it for the day, like I said, is, for me, has been the best. But if you do it before you go to sleep, I think that's also amazing. If you do it at wherever you feel the need to do it, it's truly, truly important for you to say different words of affirmation. One of my favorite affirmations to say is, I'm so thankful for being able to wake up today. I'm so happy to be here today. I'm so happy that you guys are here today, because if you weren't here, I would miss you. These are words of affirmation that make you feel good, make you feel appreciated, and truly are able to set the tone for yourself as well as the relationships that you're trying to build. But like I said, it's truly, truly important. Part of the reason I started this show, as well as doing self-care, that we pour into ourselves first before we pour into other people, because if you don't, who will, right? And a lot of times we feel lonely or we feel left out because we pour into so many other people and then nobody's there to pour into us. And it's like, oh, well, now I'm sad. No, don't be sad. Just pour into yourself more. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I decided to do in 2025 is only pour into people who pour into me, right? And so by doing that, it's not selfish, it's just selfless in a way, right? Because you don't want to ever feel like you can't go on, right? You can always go on and the only way you can truly do that is by pouring into yourself. So it's really, really important to make sure that you take time to say these words of affirmations, that you take time to love yourself. How do words of affirmation strengthen your relationships? Kind words and compliments can build trust in your relationship, right? So it's really, really important. Expressing appreciation and positive feelings can make people feel safe to be more vulnerable with you, right? Even small, sincere words can change the dynamic of a relationship for the better. It helps shift the tone. When a lot of times in my different relationships, whether it's here on the app or in my regular life, it's really important when you feel like you're kind of surrounded by a low vibrational energy, that you can put into effect these things, like I said, like different words of affirmation that work for you to help shift the tone. Because the reality, and I had this conversation the other day, is that energy is real. Whether you believe it or not, energy is real. And it's really important that when you feel like you've been transferred negative energy, how to get yourself, that is one of the hardest things as I've become an adult that I've had to deal with, is when I feel overwhelmed, right, with low vibrational energy, how do I shift myself out of that realm? It's really, really hard sometimes to build yourself up if you're already down, right? So I feel like words of affirmation, you can do it. Keep going. I love that. When I have my workout streams and you guys come in here and you're like, keep going, you got this, let's go. All of those are words of affirmation. I don't know if you guys knew that, but like, again, if you're trying to encourage someone, those are words of affirmation. And it really helps when people tell me that what I do with my skincare streams or my workout streams is motivating them to also get on their, exercise tip or their skincare tip. It really motivates me to keep going. And I realize that even though this is a very vulnerable stream, it's also a very high vibrational stream. And I love that for me and for you guys, because honestly, I would not keep doing this if you guys were not truly enjoying it. I would just do it off stream, like, because this is really important to me anyways. I do it anyways, even if I didn't do it on stream. So it's really, it really excites me and it really makes me happy that you guys enjoy coming to this stream, doing doing the work and doing the things, so that we can talk about it together. We can grow together. You know, we are a community, and so it's good to be able to build each other up instead of just always tearing each other down. You guys, enough with the deep stuff. If you're just tuning in, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Luva. I'm super excited to have you guys here. Oh my gosh, give me the golden ticket. Please meet me. You guys, shout out to you. Shout out to the top 3 gifters of the stream. Make sure you hit them with a fave. Hit Ari with a fave. Hit PCX with a fave. Hit Ari with a fave. And hit Shells with a fave. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I have 2 amazing guests, and I know they are super anxious to get in the box. So please come. If you guys can request the box, I will start my skincare. We already went over it, so you already know what I got going on. And we can get on with the show. I appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure that you hit me with a fave and you hit my guests that are coming into the stream with a fave. Neither one of them are requesting the box. Hello? Did they leave? Come back. Did I put them to sleep? Are you guys sleeping? Are you guys out here? Hello? Okay, well then they both requested at the same time. Oh my gosh, we have a celebrity in the building, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday, Chris Castor. I am so happy I was able to wrangle you in here.
Finally.
Right, finally, after 2 years, you know.
You. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get right into it, okay? Because this is my show and not yours, you know. But tell me, Chris Castor, what do you like to do to own your glow? How do you like to show yourself some self-care?
Well, first I like to beat myself up, look at myself in the mirror, say this is the worst you've ever just you gained weight. I had my high school reunion last night.
How was that?
That was cool. No.
Don't you like going to high school reunions to see how much they've aged and you look amazing?
No, that was my first one.
Oh, really?
First one. Yeah, I really wanted to go because we had a time capsule, but we're going to keep it on theme because you're watching Own Your Glow with Tantric. Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to go anywhere because Tantric's got 2 wonderful guests today, including first up Chris Casper, who's been on the app for almost 7-8 years. And after that, there's another guest, so don't go anywhere. And if you haven't hit the favorite button, make sure that you do.
Oh,
Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right.
You does it better than me, and it's uncomfortable for me.
So I do have lotion that I'll do every now and again. But I think one of the important things to like your skin and everything staying well is to just not be stressed. Okay. So I have had a very privileged and fortunate life of being able to navigate any problem that I've had with the support of either myself or my family or my friends.
I love that. I love that. I think that people don't realize, and it's funny because stress management has been a topic of mine before, and you know, stress ages you, right? And as we get to adulting, the stress that builds up is insane, right? And so so what are some of your stress management techniques that you use?
Not caring is a good one. It's a big one. Passing the problem to somebody else is another. No. I would say like I'm very quick to recognize what I can and cannot control. Okay. Helplessness is a scary feeling. Mm-hmm. And I think when we're able to identify when we're feeling helpless is an important aspect. Okay. For me, it is about locking down and saying like, pick your struggle. So like not doing something can also suck as much as having to do something. Okay. And so it's about figuring out which one of those battles you want to fight. So for me, it's knowing what I have to choose, being efficient about getting to the choice, and then doing it. Okay. And that could be if I'm going to pick back up a weight loss or body transformation journey, take on a big project, practice a new skill, work on something for work, you know, it can be any of those things. So
do you ever feel that you put too much on your plate and that can also cause maybe a helplessness feeling?
Oh, I absolutely do. If I feel anxious, if I don't feel like I have some sticks in the fire, mm-hmm. and a lot of times that can spiral to be a bit too much.
Okay.
So, like for me, owning my glow is a bit of a push and a pull. I think that um, it's it does come down to how honest we're able to be with ourselves, with our own accountability, whether it is self-care, whether it's taking the time to meet our goals, any of those things, whether it's taking the time to shave my nose hairs or my mustache.
Listen, nose care is just as important as skincare. Okay, as we get older, they start to pile up in there.
I haven't had to do that yet, but
It's coming. I see all that hair on your head. You know what's funny about you saying that too? I was actually having a conversation with someone because I am definitely a panicker. I'm definitely someone that sometimes is in the realm of helplessness, right? I think as a girl, I have that. What is it called? What syndrome is that? The save me syndrome, right? Where like I feel like I need to be rescued and stuff like that because I panic. And so, how do you? What are some things that you can help, especially as like with women that you can like help? Like,
you want my help with what?
the laugh is absolutely insane.
I am not your source for women's help. I can promise you that.
Okay,
Go
well,
ahead,
acknowledging and identifying that you can't help me is probably the first thing. I love that for you because other people would have just given me a ridiculous answer. So I appreciate the honesty.
No, hang on. Let me backtrack because I think I know where you're going with the question. My assumption is not whether based off of someone's sex if they're capable or not. So if I see someone and you know you want to make it a conversation on chivalry versus politeness versus just being an empathetic good human being, I think a lot of those have a lot of convergence.
Okay.
So I mean, it depends on the situation. Now I'm not someone who is hesitant to step up when something needs to be stepped up. I do believe I have a natural steering mentality. So if it comes to someone saying, what do we do next or what do we do? I'm usually pretty quick to the jump to start to work on solutions.
I love that. I love that. You guys, if you're now just tuning in, this is Own Your Glow. I have, you know, the one and only Chris Casper in the box right now. We're talking about Own Your Glow. We found out he has one lotion and he uses it sometimes. I don't know. Did you use it today?
I used it yesterday after, you know, I was like, I'm going to high school reunion. After I put on lotion, sometimes my skin, I feel like it just kind of looks a little more warm.
Yeah, that's typically what lotion does.
Yeah. So you know, I like it as a little treat to be like, okay, you got it.
You
So,
got it. You know, we're going to a high school reunion. You got to look warm today.
It's a little treat. Yeah. This is a shirt that I wore to the reunion. I peeled off the Chris name tag right before I got on.
I love that for you. Must have been a good night.
No. I just saw it on the floor and I was like, that's decent enough to wear on her skin.
Oh my gosh. Make sure you hit Chris Casper with a fave if you haven't yet. So I know something about you, and I think it's a form of self-care, even though you may not. And I know I don't want to bring it up, but I'm going to bring it up because I feel like you love talking about it. But so Chris Casper is a Pokemon god, guru.
I'm a guru.
You're a guru, Pokemon guru. And I know that it's a form, it's a hobby for you for collecting Pokemon cards. So tell us about that. What does your collection do for you?
Put me in debt. It's real funny that you call that self-care when it's clearly self-sabotage.
No, it's definitely self-care. I always people, because like when and we've talked about this, you made this show about makeup and stuff like that. It's really not, right? It's about what brings you happiness and what brings you joy, right? That's what self-care is.
I like that you got it in. You're like, hey, just as a reminder, whatever you think this show's about, it's not. So.
I've been hounding this man to change my description for a minute now because it says that we talk about makeup and we've never talked about makeup one time on the show. But anyways, so I know that your Pokemon collection is definitely something that brings you joy because you talk about it a lot on stream. I've heard you. So tell us what it does. Like, why did you start your Pokemon collection, and like, what does it do for you?
I've been collecting things ever since I was like probably 6. I was part of the original generation of Pokemon, so 1998. But even before Pokemon cards, I collected Tops, Jurassic Park cards, knickknacks like $2 bills, things like that, like anything that I could find, oddities, just stuff. But yeah, Pokemon was like my first true obsession. It's been with me my whole life. Magic the Gathering is a really big thing.
Okay. Magic the Gathering, what is that? A place for all of you guys to come together?
Yeah, it's the gathering of the magic.
Show your cards.
So Pokemon started in 1996. 30th anniversary will be up this next year. It was in Japan, yeah. Anyway, but for me, I don't know. It's an escapism. Okay. So like when I play Magic, it is a very competitive, highly strategic game, and so when I'm in that, I can't really afford to be thinking about other things. Okay. And so it's a nice form of escapism if I want to do well. Okay. I think escapism can be different things for different people. Like video games, some people do that. So for you, it might be doing like the self-care routine where you have to be very particular and mindful of how many layers of whatever globbity gloop is going over your cheeks. It's important that we remember the layers. And so for me, that's what I would say.
Okay, I love that. Honestly, I've never really been a collector of anything, but I do know that for a lot of people that do get into collection, that it is like you said, a form of an escape for them, and also like they create some kind of bond with said collection, right? And so I know for you, I choked Chris Casper one time and told him that I was a Pokemon fan, and he almost lost his lid. Like he was like, "Really?"
I have a question for you though, because you said you're not a collector.
Uh-huh.
So do you have any of your bottles that you're slower to finish because you're like, I really like how that bottle looks?
Yes, I absolutely.
And do you keep any of your bottles after you're done?
I mean, I think I used to do that when I first started drinking and stuff like that. Yeah, but
no, I'm talking about your makeup stuff.
Oh,
jeez. No. All right, I think self-care needs to have a little intervention.
I don't know. I thought you were being a little nice. I mean, you're an admin. You can go there.
I mean, it could be like your liquor bottles too. I mean, they do get pretty creative, but I'm talking about like, I don't know. I've seen some perfume.
The only thing I think I collect is perfume bottles, only because of the creativity of a lot of perfume bottles. But what I learned too, though, with perfume bottles and Sephora tip, if you take in your perfume bottles, like the ones that you can get from Sephora or like, Sephora, they will refill them for you. So they're not empty anymore. I mean, you still have to pay, but you won't pay full price for the perfume. So
that's cool. They just have liters of perfume just chilling around in like wine bags.
Bro, I have, first of all, that's insane. No, I don't know how they do it, but they refill the perfume for you. But
they slap in the bag like it's an $18 bottle or boxed wine full of perfume, and they're dispensing it into your perfume bottles.
Well, maybe you should go get a job at Sephora and then you can tell us how it's done. Because me personally, I don't think that's how it's. I would hope that my $300 bottle of perfume is not sitting around in a bag. Yeah.
All right.
All right. I got one more question for you, Chris, before I let you go. This has been fun. I know me and you, we can banter like this forever. I know that another form of your self-care, because I know you so well, and I'm kind of a favorite fan / stalker of yours, but you are into music, right? So, and we've had a lot of artists on here that have talked about their music being a form of their self-care and a way to escape. So talk to us about music and what it does for you.
Put me in debt. Yeah, you'll notice that most of the things you'll notice that everything that I'm passionate about puts me in debt. Music is a form of self-actualization for me. So it's one thing I think like there are quite a few things that many people I feel would be excited to have the chance to do.
Okay.
But not many people actually take the chance to do it.
I love that.
I think one of it is really press themselves on how far they can take music. Mm-hmm. Because there's layers to it. And I'd always say don't mistake movement for progress. Okay. So like you may be making plays towards your music, but it doesn't actually progress you. or maybe in your drawing or whatever. You see it a lot with jobs, and I'm not taking any shots here, but like when I was like in early college, a lot of my friends, they would go from like Taco Bell to Burger King to McDonald's to Outback Steakhouse to Bonefish Grill, you know, like a lot of lateral moves. So anyway, that's what I mean by don't confuse movement as progress.
So just because you get the job doesn't mean that you're actually progressing in life. It just means that you're moving in life.
Yeah, or where is it aligning with the overall vision? Okay. So like, how does this progress you towards the actual vision? But for me, I like to get into the metrics of the music. I like to pay attention to like how many monthly listeners or how many daily listeners we have, how many tickets we're selling, requests for certain stuff. Like there's a lot of clear ways to measure it, and it becomes a big game.
How do you feel like it changed for you when you went from just singing the songs to performing the songs?
I'm still pretty new to performing because performing was never really high on the list for me. For me, what was high on the list was the creation process and then seeing the results of the creation. So like, how receptive are people to this song, or should we be tailoring our music to be this way or that way, etc. But for me, like the performing part's cool, but the real reward I get is from the creation part.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have some fans of yours in my stream. I do an emo night.
Really?
Yeah, I do. You should come one of these days. I do an emo night, and so somebody came in, and I take, you know, requests and stuff like that. And so somebody was like, "Can you play the Cause of Conflict song?" And I'm like, "Oh,
not Cause of Conflict, because that would be a different acronym. Or cause CFC. What would COC be?
Cause for
Conflict. That's not us.
Cause for a conflict. I said it. I said what I said. It was not me. That's uncomfortable for you, Ari. You guys, if you're now just joining in, I have Chris Casper in the box. This is On Your Glow, and with me, Tantric Lova. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit Chris Casper with a fave. He is a talker, okay? He talks a lot, and we love to see it. We have talked about all things self-care, and apparently his self-care should be about learning how to save money, okay? Make sure you hit me with a fave. Hit the top 3 gifters of the stream with a fave. Chris Casper, thank you so much for being here. Like, I am so happy I was able to get your admin to wrangle you down. I appreciate you for taking the time to be here today. I'm glad you had an amazing time at your reunion last night. Yeah. You guys, hit him with a favorite. Tell us what you got going on, because I know you also have a show. Of course, everybody knows you are Meet Me's favorite admin. So tell us what you got going on.
That's generous. I have a show Wednesdays at 9 p.m. It's called Suited Up. It's been going on many, many, many years. It's tried and true formula. All I ask is that you have a story to share. So many times people come up, they want to promote themselves. The best way to promote yourselves is to be interesting. So I need to have a story. So that's what we look for. Ari's in the chat down there. Please reach out to her if you ever want to be on the show. I also host The Rundown Fridays, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you can find out all the things that are happening, changing, and trending here in the live community, including, but not limited to, finding out about new gifts, new contests, learning about who's won those contests, changes of the app, updates, possibly even maybe announce a new top badge, but that's just a rumor. We like to bust those two on The Rundown Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I remember when I got an email about coming to The Rundown.
That's not true. We don't do that. It's a surprise.
2 years later, we're still here, baby. Big top badge Tantric Lova. You said it was never going to happen. Now look at you.
Some accidents last longer than others.
Chris, thank you so much for spending some of your Sunday with me. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your Sunday.
Much love. Thank you so much for having me. I'm breaking.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. You guys, if you're now just tuning in, this is On Your Glow with me, Tantric. Thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out to Chris Casper for making the time for me. Is my next guest Avails? Are we Avails? You guys, this, I am not doing any kind of face. This is a skin face mask. Skin mask is crazy. This is a face mask. It is a peel-off mask, so I am currently waiting for the mask to dry so I can peel it off. My next guest is here. I'm super excited. Hello, hello, Jazzy Got Options. This is also my admin, you guys. So if you would like to be a guest on my show, make sure you hit her with a favorite. If you don't want to be a guest on the show, hit her with a favorite. Thank you so much for being here, Jazzy. She's also my best friend. So you already been on my show before, but you obviously here again today. Let's just jump right into it. Tell me what you like to do to own your glow.
I was thinking about it, and like one of the things I really like to do is like make my inner child happy. And when I say that, I mean do things that I don't normally do, that I stopped doing when I was a kid that made me happy. Like
that's interesting. So tell us what. Okay, so tell us exactly what making your inner child happy is, and then what the things are that you like to do to make said person happy.
So definitely, I stopped sports. I stopped playing sports. I love sports. Musicals. A lot of people don't know I like a lot of musicals. Photography, painting, stuff like that. Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the audio. I'm a bad streamer. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, photography, painting, just things I used to do as a kid. And what I do now to do those things is like, I go out and actually do it. Like 2 weeks ago, I just seen people riding their bikes and I was like, you know what? I just picked up a city bike. I downloaded the app and I was like, I haven't rode a bike since I was like 15 years old. And
Wow.
it just felt so good.
That's awesome.
And it made me happy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we focus on the outside and not what's on the inside.
Right.
And it's just like, like you should have saw my face. Like I lit up.
Oh, I love that. I don't think I remember the last time I rode a bicycle. I mean, I ride them in the gym, but an actual bicycle on the street, yeah, I don't know when the last time was.
Yeah,
I rode
think
one.
about like what people say. Like if you ever noticed, like people will be like, in high school, I used to do this and I used to do that. And they'll light up when they talk about these things because these things made them feel so good. And it's just like, why did you stop?
Right. I think though, and it's interesting that you talk about your inner child, right? Because I do know that, and we're going to go to that next, right? Because obviously you're my best friend. I know a lot of things about you. But I do know that as you get to adulting becomes more important than trying to fulfill your inner child's needs and wants. So finding the time to be able to like let go and do these things is truly important because like you said, like there's an energy that comes from within that boosts you, right? So let's go on to the next thing that I wanted to ask you about. So I know that she's an amazing painter, guys. Like her artwork is truly something that needs to be focused on. Tell us about your painting and tell us what it does for you.
So I started painting when I was in high school. And what it does for me, it relaxes me. Like I can get really, like anything I'm thinking of, if I'm going through something, like it'll go away, like completely. I can get lost in it. I remember I painted something. I didn't eat all day, not on purpose, just because I was just in a happy space and I was zoned out and I was really focused. So it just brings me a lot of joy naturally.
I love that. I've heard about, like I said, even with Chris Casper and he used a word because he's bougie like that, right? Called escapism, right? And I feel like a lot of times people don't realize that part of self-care is escaping into something else and taking your mind away from the daily drama of everything, right? And so she's actually not at home, so I don't think she has any of her artwork with her.
No, I'm not home. I don't have it.
Yeah, she's on vacation. But so I love that when people find hobbies and things that can allow them to escape into like another realm. You so much so that, like you said, that you don't even eat. Like that's insane, because we know you like to eat. So tell me another form of self-care that you like to do.
Honestly, I stopped doing it, so don't come for me. But definitely working out. I'm getting back on it. I love that. You know, if you like you never go out, you struggle to work out sometimes, but you never come back and be like, oh my God, why did I just do that? You're always happy. Like you have this natural energy boost. And that's what I love about it. That's why I really want to get back into it. It's one of my favorite self-care pastimes.
Yeah.
And I want to get back into it.
You were like, it's funny, right? Because I want to give a quick words of affirmation to my best friend, because honestly, you were one of the reasons why I started streaming my workouts. You were a motivation for me to start working out again this past year, and it's truly benefited me to like have you as like a source of inspiration, even though you, like you said, you did fall off. But it's truly benefited me to have you as like a source of inspiration, because like we were talking about the other day, they're vulnerable streams, right? Like I'm working out, I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'm trying to stay motivated the entire stream and the entire workout on stream, knowing that people are watching me. And so, being able to do that on stream and then like being also a source of inspiration and motivation for other people has just really been a blessing. It really has. So, and I, like you said, it like I might drag to get to the gym, but I've never left the gym like, I hate myself. You know what I'm saying? Can you kick out the trolls? I don't know why we have trolls with all of these admins in here.
But speaking of words of affirmation, I thought about that today, and I sent some out to like 2 of the group chats I'm in. And honestly, I love doing that. Like I get more out of it than the people who I send it to. I feel like
I don't necessarily think you can say that, because you have like, as knowing you as well as I do, like sometimes, especially on Mondays, like you'll send a Monday motivation affirmation, and there have been times when I've woken up to it and I'm just like, oh, like I needed this, you know what I'm saying? It's a jump start to my day. So even if it benefits you, it definitely also benefits the people that you're sending it to. And it's needed.
Absolutely,
Because
I agree with that,
miss when you don't do it. I miss it. I almost like, dang, do I need to do it for her? Like maybe
I do it without expecting anything back. And sometimes I'm shocked at the reactions that I get from it. Cause it's like a lot of people go through things. And it's just like, I'll send like just a regular message, nothing too crazy. And then they'll be like, oh my God, you just really made my day. Like I was really feeling so down. Thank you so much for that. And that just means the world to me, because I feel like sometimes people aren't seen and they need to be seen.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And that is part of why I made today's topic about words of affirmation, for that specific reason, because we are alone on this journey for the most part, right? Even if you're in a relationship, you're still on this alone on this journey. And sometimes the loneliness that we feel can be more or less by the people that you choose to surround yourself with. And I think that feeling seen and feeling appreciated is something that sometimes people don't get. So I don't think you can ever be too appreciative, right? I don't think you can ever be too, like you said, too like grateful for the people you're around. And I try for my little circle to make sure that they feel very much appreciated, especially when you appreciate me, right? Because it's reciprocity. It's very, it's energy exchange. And when I receive good energy, I want to give it back, and vice versa. So when I do receive good energy, I like to make sure that that what you did and how you did it for me really touched me and made me feel good. So I love that. I know you're very good. You were one of the inspirations for my morning meditation streams, because you used to take your walks, and I was like, oh, that's such a beautiful place to meditate. And then we just started doing it.
So fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Those were really good times. So you guys, if you're now just joining in, I'm not just having a conversation with my best friend. This is Own Your Glow. Shout out to my best friend Jazzy Got Options for being a guest in my stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Shout out to the top 3 gifters of the stream. Shout out to Chris Casper, PCX, and Ari. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love, the comments, the engagement. If if you guys weren't here, I wouldn't be here. I'm not gonna lie. So shout out to y'all so much. Jazzy Got Options. I know you're not really a streamer, kind of a streamer, stream sometimes, but tell us what you got going on. Like, what do you got going on? And make sure you hit her with a fave right now. She is one of the funniest people on this app. Truly, truly, truly is. And she also has a really big heart if she isn't trolling you. But I love her so much. Tell us what you got going on.
So yeah, like on the app, I have nothing going on, but in my real life, I'm going back to school and I'm so excited. And I said last semester, I joined a club. I was in a forensic club, which was really cool. We met every Wednesday. So I said, I'm gonna join another club again on Wednesdays. I have a free block to do that. So I'm excited about that.
Like a school club, like a
school club.
Oh, nice. What kind of club is it?
The last one I did is forensics. I want to do something different this semester. So I'm excited to see what they have to offer.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I used to be a part of a lot of school. Like I used to not like coming home. But this is in high school, not in college. So I used to be a part of so many different after school programs and like ROP and USB and ASV and all of the B's.
It was so funny. Like I had a conversation with my mom and she was like, going back is tough, but you can enjoy the journey. So make sure you're experiencing it and living it because you can't go back. Yeah. And I thought about that. And that's why I was like, okay, I'm going to get into something.
That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. And that's also what I was saying in regards to like just being present, because sometimes we just live life for tomorrow and life isn't fun that way. If you're just living to go to work or you're living for tomorrow, you're not actually living your life. You're not experiencing the beautiful moments. So it's really important to start your day off with words of affirmation, even if it's pray or whatever, however you choose to do it, so that you're able to take the time to truly be present in today, in this moment, in this beauty of life. The fact that you are alive is a beautiful thing and an amazing expression. I'm so glad that I'm surrounded by such amazing people. Thank you so much for always being a source of inspiration and motivation as well as beauty for me. Seriously. I appreciate you so much. And I'm so happy that you were able to take the time to be a guest on my show today. I know you're on vacation, so I'm going to let you get back to your vacation.
Thank you for having me. Love you.
Absolutely. I love you too. You guys, if you're now just joining, this is Own Your Glow with me, Tantric Lover. Thank you guys so much for being here each and every Sunday. I really, really appreciate you guys so much. If you guys weren't here, I wouldn't do this show, I'm not gonna lie. So I appreciate you guys being here. Again, if you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you hit me up, hit my admins, Dalton, Jazzy Got Options, or Emoji J. We would love to have you as a guest on the show. Anybody can be a guest. Everybody has a form of self-care, and I have no problem getting in there, digging deep, and figuring out what it is. Just like I said before, make sure, I always end my show like this. We are coming to the end of my show, but I always like to end my show like this. Make sure that you guys take the time to love yourself and show yourself some self-care. It's truly, truly, truly important, because if you don't, who will? You need to make sure that you pour into your cup first before you pour into others. You guys, as we get older, life gets to lifing, and sometimes these little moments of escapism is important, so that we can remind ourselves what is truly important. I love you guys. If you guys were not here, I would miss you, and I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. I will see you next week Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Eastern, yikes. I'll see you next week Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great rest of your Sunday.